What's up everybody, Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at, well, 3 out of the 4 of the Mega Bloks Eastman and Laird's Collector Series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles separate, turtle figures. So these were available at San Diego Comic-Con, as well as being available briefly on ToysRUs.com. They are since all sold out. Unfortunately, the very morning that they went on sale, at ToysRUs.com, I did, in fact, get 3 of these guys in my cart. For whatever reason, Raphael, my favorite Ninja Turtle, just would not go to the cart. Like, there was some weird glitch where I would hit Add to Cart, and it would just cycle back to the main page of ToysRUs.com. And then by the time I kind of, I was like, all right, well, let me at least buy these before they get sold out, and then I'll go back. And by the time I went back, it was listed as well as sold out. So I'm terribly bummed about that, but I do have a Raphael that comes in one of the larger sets, albeit it's not the same as these guys. It doesn't quite match up color wise, so I am bummed about that. Hopefully you guys will be able to make do, as I have to, with just 3 out of the 4. But these are, as stated before, the Eastman and Laird Collector Series. You can see they are way back in the day, back when I was a little kid. These guys, the comics were out for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were like big, well, I had like big, kind of paperback, or, like large collections, graphic novels, I guess, if you would, of these. And they were really, really cool. They were like super violent, and, the turtles were like, occasionally cussing and stuff. And it was just like really hardcore, especially as a young fan of the the cartoon and everything at that point. It was really cool to see that they had this like much darker side. But in that comic, the comic was black and white, except for all of the turtles had the same exact color headband. It was all red headbands. Everything else on them was just in black and white. So it was really, really cool, and this kind of represents that. Sorry for the overly long kind of explanation, but just to kind of bring you guys up to speed. So, Eastman and Laird, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, the original creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so you have them to thank for all of it, basically. And yeah, so I'm really, really happy and really excited to actually have a nice representation of the original comic book characters, in especially Mega Block form, because they're such cool little figures, easy to display, and really nice and posable. So, without further ado, we've got Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello out of the 4 turtles, and we're going to go ahead. They are the metal series, so they do have the metallic shells. So that's pretty cool. It looks on these guys like they're just straight up silver, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of the package, get their little bases put together, and then we will check them out right now. Alright guys, so here we go. I had to switch out for my darker background for these guys because they are quite light and it would be a little bit hard to see. But here we have Leonardo, Donatello, and Michelangelo. Minus Raphael, of course. I had to move Mike's pictures around a little bit just to get them to connect, because I think they're kind of staggered in a way that they kind of all connect up in a set pattern. But anyway, the bases are all pretty much exactly the same. You get the exact same piece count here. Just a little pipe background. It's the exact same as the regular turtles, the classic turtles backgrounds. Same deal, but a couple of small differences which I'll point out right now. So you do get this nice printed piece for the bottom here. And of course here is the turtle himself. I'm just going to pop him out of the way just for now. And we're going to take a look at this. This is actually a nice new design here. And it's not actually molded in. This is all printed on this little kind of it's not diamond plate, but it's you know what I mean, the pattern here, and the NYC stamp on the top for New York City. Really, really nice manhole cover there. You can see the Mousers, and of course Mikey with those chucks getting ready to throw down. So that is basically it for the bases, and they're all pretty much the same. I'll show off the images in the back, but I just want to show off the turtles now in all of their glory. So here is Michelangelo, and a little hard to focus. There's a lot of bright colors, a lot of dark colors going on here, so maybe a little bit. There we go. There we got him. So here is Michelangelo. Looking really, really nice. Lots of nice dark shadows. It's a little, the paint is a little bit like, you know, thrown on, but it's not to the point where it's, you know, bad looking. It's just, yeah, just a lot of shadow going on here. He's, of course, got his nunchucks. All of the turtles have the same exact, well, the same everything, basically. The same belts and stuff. They only differ as far as, ooh, your pants are falling down, buddy. They only differ as far as the weapons are concerned, basically. So there is that. I mean, I could, in theory, have a Michelangelo if I were able to, you know, find another one of these guys and just, you know, switch out the Psy or something, or, you know, whatever. But I still don't have his background pictures, which is a bummer. But anyway, so it's got all the articulation we are familiar with in a Mega Bloks micro figure. You've got the ball jointed head here, which is a little bit, little paint stuck, but just a little twisting. Freeze that right up. There you go. So it is on a ball joint. You've got the universal shoulders here, universal elbows as well. You got the wrist swivel. No waist on these guys because of, you know, their shells, of course. But they do have the universal hips, and then the universal knees, and then a swivel for the foot as well. See what I did there? They also have the metal shells, which in this case is just straight up. It looks like either die cast or pewter. I'm assuming it's going to be die cast. The shells look fantastic. Really, really nice. You can take the shells off to have them separate if you so desire, but I'm going to be leaving mine on my turtles because I think they look pretty slick. So again, you do get Michelangelo, you do get Donatello, and you do get Leonardo, and I'll bring those guys up a little bit closer here so you can see. Here's Donatello, and again, the only difference in these guys really is their... I mean, they do have slight differences in their facial features, I guess. Mikey's got one side of his mouth open and one closed, while Donnie, I think, has both open, and Leo has the other side open and this side closed. So yeah, there's some difference there, but it's a little tough to make out just because the paint wash on there can muddy it up a little bit. So just pop Donnie off here. You can see again that nice silver shell. Really, really slick looking. And of course the image of the classic Shredder on the back, as well as a nice picture of Donatello getting ready to bust some folks up. And then this picture of Leonardo is like etched into my mind for all time. If I'm remembering correctly, and I hope I am, this is right after like somebody gets stabbed, or right before somebody gets stabbed. I think it's Raphael that gets stabbed, and I can't remember exactly what happens. I have to dig out those comics. I have them around here somewhere. I just have to dig them out. But I remember this image particularly, just because I thought it was an awesome picture of Leonardo, and there he is, as well as the foot throwing those stars. Speaking of that, you do get one in every set. It's a little hard to see. I kind of stuck it down here on the base. You do get these tiny shuriken that have been seen in many of the Ninja Turtles Mega Bloks sets. I just leave them on the bases because they are very small, very easy to lose. They don't really fit in the turtles' hands in any way that they're going to hold on to it securely. And I suppose you could tuck them into their belts, but I don't know how trustworthy that would be either. I mean, you can. You have that option. But I just find that a nice kind of secure place to leave them. But yeah, so very, very nice. Really, really cool designs, really cool sets. Looks really nice as a full display. I just wish I had the fourth member. But 3 out of 4 ain't too bad, and I do have Raphael in one of the other sets, the Street Showdown set. You can kind of see it right here, which I'll be getting to the review on very, very shortly. But yeah, really really cool figures. I mean, there's nothing like, I'll say this, unless you're like a Ninja Turtle fan and a fan specifically of the classic comics and stuff, I don't know that you really want to seek these out because they are a bit niche, you know, because they are just all the same color, they're all the same body, and, you know, their only difference really is their weapons, more or less. But they're a wonderful display piece if you're a fan of the original Turtles, and if you were a kid growing up in the 80s and early 90s, like, you know, it's kind of a must-have. So, yeah, really, really cool set. Thanks to Mega Bloks for making these, I guess. And thanks to Toys R Us for selling them to me. I suppose it's a bummer I didn't get Raphael. I'm going to pine over that for days. I just want you to know. He's my favorite Ninja Turtle by like a pretty wide margin. But anyway, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I do have the rest of the Ninja Turtles Eastman and Laird classic sets coming up very soon. So stick around for that. I just got to get them built and recorded. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.